Welcome everyone. I'm here today with Fabio from Azena and to have a chat about their upcoming ESCON conference. Fabio, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks Manoj. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining. Could you please introduce yourself briefly and Azena?
Sure. Name is Fabio Marti. I'm heading the marketing department at Azena. Joined the company about 2 years ago and have always been in the IT industry and various marketing positions throughout my career.
And we did have Sina with us a few months ago to have a chat about your solutions for parking. Could you recap on that? Tell us a bit more as to what you guys do as a company?
Yeah, sure. Maybe just to set the context a little. So at Azena, what we offer is an application store for smart surveillance cameras. And in that application store, we now have over 100 apps available that use AI video analytics to do a number of things for customers, whether that's license plate recognition, line crossing, smoke detection, you name it. And these applications, they can be then installed with just a few clicks on cameras that run our operating system. And right now we have about 6 camera manufacturers out there that offer cameras with our operating system on it. Among them are Bosch, Hanwha, Vivotech, TopView, to name just a few. So this is really about making it easy for customers to harness AI video technology to do whatever they want to do with their cameras. And there's lots that you can do with these cameras nowadays.
So a lot of flexibility there. Could you maybe go into a bit more detail and specifically when it comes to parking solutions, what kind of activity you guys have in this space?
Yes, of course. So we're already working on quite a number of projects. Some we work jointly with our partners. One of them, I think also Zina mentioned last time she was with you, Peter Park. We have quite a few projects running with them where it's mostly about barrier-free entry and checkout and parking garages. But this isn't only limited to that. So you can also use the cameras to identify parking space occupancy, for instance, if you mount them on the right spot on your parking lot, or even for such for you maybe exotic use cases as ship parking. So you can use it also in a marina to help ships find the right parking spot for them in the marina. There's really not a limit to what you can do with these things. And I think what you have to remember is that very often parking is just one part of an overall experience. Take, for instance, a stadium. So yes, of course, you want potential barrier-free parking when you come into a stadium and you park your car. I think we've all been there at some point in our lives, that we try to get in and you have to queue quite a lot. So that definitely can be improved by using license plate recognition on smart cameras and then combining them with the access systems and the physical barriers to make that experience more seamless. But you could also use the same technology to guide VIP parkers, for instance, to their right parking spot. Or after the event is over, after the game is over and you want to go home, you can use smart cameras in the parking garage to control the traffic flow, to make sure that there's as little friction as possible when hundreds of cars are moving out of the garage at the same time. Or you can use the same cameras also outside to then further control the traffic flow of vehicles. So there's really no limits to what can be done, and even in the parking garage you have various use cases that apply. So the whole parking is one thing, but you have lots of safety aspects that you might also want to cover, and you can do that today with smart cameras by, for instance, applying certain detection applications to these cameras, such as detection of smoke, fire, or other hazards, or even ice, which of course also for drivers might be helpful if it's taken care of very quickly.
So this limitless possibilities, is that a major topic in your upcoming conference, the ESCON conference that you'll be having?
Yes, exactly, and this is really what we're aiming for. We're aiming to show the ease of innovation on our platform, and we want to open the minds of our attendees and really make them think outside the box and see that surveillance cameras are not just about observing intruders or ringing alarms when there's a breach, but surveillance cameras today can be used for a lot of purposes. And this is what we want to bring across at ESCON by also showing a couple of these very innovative projects there. We will be talking about some of our stadium projects where, as I just said before, parking is one part of the overall fan experience. But the stadium operator typically looks at the whole journey, and cameras can contribute to many of these steps.
And Azena was talking about the app challenge last time she was with us. Is this something that we'll also see during this event?
Yes, exactly. So since Zena spoke to you last time, the app challenge had been completed, and we've announced also the 3 winners publicly just recently. And the 3 winners of the challenge, they will also present their own applications at ESCON. One of them is about flood detection, so detecting when a street is running full of water. Another of these apps is doing seat occupancy checks, and that can be used either in waiting rooms, it can be used in an arena, but it can also be used in a bus or in a car to see how many seats are occupied and how many not. And last but not least, we have another application that provides a more versatile framework to be trained on various different use cases. And I think we have quite a good roster of topics for ESCON lined up. We will also be hearing quite a bit from integrators who are running them and building these end-to-end projects for the customers. We will have Siemens contributing a presentation. Prosegur is one of the biggest integrators worldwide, giving a speech, or also Sensormatic presenting something, who are doing a couple of retail analytics projects with us, which also to some extent are always about improving the shopper's experience across the whole journey.
So who would you say then this conference is targeted towards? Who would find the most value in coming?
I think in general, anyone from the safety and security industry definitely has a fit there. But as I mentioned before, the security and safety industry sort of has outgrown its own term, its own definition. So it's not all about security and safety anymore. It's a lot about automation. I think this is also especially relevant for your audience, creating a seamless experience for customers. But it's also being used today. Smart camera technology is also being used today to gather business intelligence, optimize processes, observe processes. So it's really more of an innovation event across the board, with a strong focus, of course, on video analytics, and also selected parking examples that we will see somewhere in between, embedded into a wider solution context typically.
So for the audience members that would be interested in joining, how would they go about registering for this conference?
Well, registration is open and free to everyone. Maybe that's first important to note. And anybody who wants to join the event can go to azena.com. Now there's a link in the top banner on the page to our ESCON landing page, and on that ESCON landing page you can then easily go and fill out a short form to sign yourself up to the event, and from there on out you will get the needed reminders to make you not forget about it happening on the 2nd of December.
All right, so is there anything else you would like to add, Fabio?
No, and overall, I think it just shows this is our second ecosystem conference that we have, our second ESCON. It's still virtual this year. We plan to make this a physical event next year, like a real conference where we bring together our different ecosystem partners. And the way it has grown just over the last year already just shows that we still have a lot of momentum on our platform, and I think it's going to be great for anybody also in the parking industry to widen the scope a little bit and widen the view and see how parking maybe fits into this wider field of customer experience, really. And I think anybody will take a great inspiration from that event.
Well, Fabio, I'm looking forward to it myself, that's for sure. Thank you again for joining, and wish you a fantastic conference.
Thanks, Manoj. Thanks for having me.
Thank you everyone for joining. Make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to join Fabio at the upcoming conference.